yesterday I went to the grocery store and I bought things that my stomach is actually going to like, I think. Hopefully.
Nice.
So
Bonus.
yes, we're coming up on 10:04. I have, see.
All right, finally, I got the audio working. Okay. Because if Zach showed up, I didn't want to have the stream not working, so this should be working.
Ow! You're manually like a goddamn caveman.
Yeah, well, that's your dedication to the room.
You're supposed to follow it. All right, so let's see.
I've been refreshing. It's like open the fucking room.
Well, I'm sorry. I had to get the wins in Fortnite. All right, important stuff was happening. I was yelling at children. All right,
it's important.
Yeah, it is very important. Wrong enter button. Okay, so that's going. Well, Dawn's doing the lists. The stream's up. This is Hot Mess Coffee Talk. I think we're gonna get we had promises of a Zach earlier.
Well,
no,
he's my ex. He's not always the most reliable, so we'll see how it goes. But the message is out there.
Well, yeah,
he knows
it took him about
if he shows up.
Yeah, it took him about like 8 streams for him to put a comment on our YouTube. He watches and he was offended that we don't give a shit about his chocolate chili. For people who weren't here last week, we have a full list of boyfriends from the Halo forum. She said 4. It's actually 5. We have Zach. He was from Cincinnati. He watches the stream. We have Blaine from Kansas City. We have Ryan, whose Halo tag was Furion with a PHURION. Still makes YouTube videos and Halo compilations. He's in the Washington. We have Paul. No details. I guess Paul wasn't very interesting. Number 5, we have Matt, and his Halo tag was gunshots, and the O is a 0. So I had trouble finding. So yeah, the saga continues.
Forum it's not up and running anymore, but back in the early 2000s was an online forum for Halo gamers, and it was like a big hub for posting videos or like getting teams together. It was like pretty competitive. A lot of MLG players were on there, and I got around. My kill death ratio was pretty high, I would say.
Cool.
Yeah. Amazing.
Strange life. All right, it's 10:07. I think I've got our first 3 written.
Got the first 3. All right. So I forget every week. Dawn doesn't know how comedy works. So she's the one doing the list. She's doing it willy-nilly. I say seniority rules. If you've been here more than 2 times and you have to leave early or something, let Dawn know. We'll get you in a nice spot on the list. Incels always go last. I'm sorry, Joe. So no Zach, so no, we don't have any fodder for that. No entertainment for there. Very cute photo of I think everyone saw the kid giving the homeless man the dollar. No, the egg. It could have been anything. It really could have been a building. Later.
When I get more people in, I'll get
more people? Oh, yeah. I guess so. Well, we'll flash it real quick. Yeah, there we go. Little Foxy giving little people eggsies. just a hand. I just imagine like Fox is just like actually just really good at making fake prosthetics, and he's just nailed an arm and put some bags on this corner. He's just like he's really awesome at taking pictures.
I should show you guys the I'll bring it up after, but I'll show you the actual eggs that we painted. They're pretty sweet. But let's get going here.
Let's just get going. Right.
We have a young one in the crowd, and I hope that my kids grow up.
Bring it up. It's creepy. No, don't say that. It's creepy. We have a young one. Let's drink his blood. No, just stay. He's a regular person. Like from this angle, he could be any age. He could be like really old
No.
below that frame.
He is very clearly like 17. You know what I mean?
I really tried here. I
Well,
really tried. I tried really hard.
A 17-year-old I've ever met, and I hope my kids grow up to be that cool too. So welcome Harry to the show. He has been here
Welcome.
before, but I had to view it from my car, and it was pretty weird. So this time I'm here for you.
Regularly. Come on.
Thank you.
5 minutes like everyone else. Thanks for coming to the coffee talk.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. Man, Zoom comedy is crazy. Like I thought regular comedy was depressing. And I was hosting an open mic the other night. Amir was actually there and this guy was performing. And in the middle of his set, he goes, "I'm not having a good time," and leaves. This is a true story. And then he has the nerve to DM me saying, "Hey man, thanks. I appreciate the time." No, you didn't.
Wow.
And I think that just shows you how pathetic Zoom is, because you couldn't do that at like any other function. Like, you know, you can't just get up at a funeral and be like, "There's too much crying," and then leave. I'm opening a restaurant where you can eat while taking a shit. It's called In and Out. For those of you who don't know, I'm 16, but I identify as 25. Yeah, the club owners don't like that one. But I'm living my teen years as if I'm in my 20s, so that when I'm actually in my 20s, I can be well adjusted. And for example, I've already started accumulating debt. But what people don't understand about debt is it's kind of like a two-door car. It's hard to get into. Because to get into debt, people have to trust you. And I don't look like a teenager. I look like a little kid that's dressed up as a teenager for Halloween. Like my friends will quiz me every now and then to make sure I'm really 16. They'll be like, "What do you do when a parent is concerned?" And I'm like, "Overreact." Like I just have to memorize that shit. But you know, maybe if I was in debt, millennials would be a little bit more receptive to my comedy. And as someone who's part of Gen Z, I'm really trying to bridge the gap between millennials and Gen Z. I think we should focus on what we have in common rather than our differences. For example, I think it's really cool that we both still live at home with our parents. I think people are just like making stuff up at this point. Like, I heard of this thing the other day called aphantasia, and it's like this disorder, I guess, where you can visualize mental images. Isn't that just like thinking? Like, I'd be concerned if you didn't have it. All right, thank you. You guys have been great.
Thank you, Harry. Do you have any more? You still have time.
No,
You're
I'll
not
give it
giving
back.
me a chance to do any drugs here. What you got? What are you doing? I'm
Nah, it's
over here.
cool.
Over here brewing the black tar heroin. I haven't even like taken the heroin out of the spoon.
All right, I'll do one more. I'll do one more.
Fucking kids never doing their time. Never. Okay, you're getting an extra minute for all this. I'm restarting it. You're getting a full 3 minutes, big boy. You got to do your vitamins. Here you go.
Okay, thank you. I've always wondered what it would be like to be in debt with the mafia, but like a really small amount of debt, like so small that they can't really do anything to you. Like I just imagine the threats they would send. They'd be like, "When we see you, we're gonna scuff your shoes." Like they can't really do shit to you. That's all I got. Thank you.
That was 20 seconds. I'm gonna tell all of my high school friends that Harry doesn't do his time.
We're gonna forward it to the girls in his high school, saying that his sets only last 2.5 minutes, and they can interpret it how they choose. Harry.
Extrapolate.
Well, you know
Thanks
what?
for coming.
I'd rather laugh for 2.5 minutes than not laugh for 5. So. Next,
Gonna let it ride. I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna let it. Just let it pass on by.
it's like if I change and I'm not awkward, then like the show's nothing.
No, then we're Jimmy Fallon. We get a fucking late night show on NBC.
Sloppy Joe Gorman. I don't have that much drugs at my Yes, you definitely have permission.
Boo. That's
Oh,
like saying
yeah.
Ian and Bitcoin. Boo. Aim higher. Aim higher on the low fruit tree.
That's all I've got. That's all Joe's
All
got
right.
too.
Well, I'll let you. Ayo.
Ooh.
Give Terry and Xander permission to record her set. She had to ask twice, and she was so nice. And you've been ignoring her, Dawn.
I've said verbally twice.
You said
You
it, but I
totally
can't
She
do
needs-
it in the. Yeah, I need to
She
push
needs
the button.
verbal.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We're only streaming on YouTube.
What is that?
Yeah.
mean?
Permission.
I know. I'm kidding.
Shut up, Gen Z.
I'm kidding. It's fine. You can do it. You're old man.
Said if you'd like. Feel
Look,
free.
look. I'll do it. I'll be excessive. I'll be excessive. Everybody gets it. Everybody fucking gets it.
Thank you for
Everybody
being
gets it.
such a high maintenance old broad.
Everybody gets it.
Thank you. Thank you. Today, people, April 7th is Girl Me Too Day. Me Too Day. Yep. So ladies, support one another. I don't know about that whole Me Too thing. Nobody ever did anything for me or about me or whatever. I've been feeling neglected for many a year. It's also No Housework Day. Didn't get that memo, so I was vacuuming the house earlier this morning and cleaning the windows because they needed to be done. I can't see shit outside. I should tell you, we Catholics, I should tell you, we just celebrated Easter, right? A lot of Christians celebrated Easter this past week. We Catholics can't have premarital sex and we can't use birth control. So I use the quarter between the knees method, which was very effective until Father Mark needed change for $1 at the orgy. No one came to his ordination, but everyone came at the orgy. Anyway, we're supposed to be talking about internet relationships today, Dawn, which is funny to me because I lived before the internet. And so my version of an internet relationship was I met a guy at work on the phone. I worked for AT&T and he was in the Air Force out in Nebraska. And we connected on a higher level as it related to his telephone bill. And he propositioned me to fly across the country. So I did. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but I was not much older than Harry, I don't think. And so I got on a plane and flew across the country to meet a guy I'd never met before just to get laid. It was a very successful trip. I met his mom. I went to Mount Hood. This isn't a joke. This is a true story. But this is what I did to get laid back in the day. You know, internet, I think, has really taken away some of that connectedness that we once shared. But anyway, and then, so and there's a video also out on the internet now of that encounter. And I can't run for political office, even though I might have had aspirations to do that at some point, because I never want to be accused of over-promising and underperforming. So I love being on this mic because Catherine always laughs. It's just, she's our plant, and I love that.
Oh my God.
I don't know what else so I did my first gig this weekend. I got to do a stand-up gig of real life in Long Island. It wasn't my first ever. It was, yeah. And Long Island, New York. And I got to do a set, which was fabulous. It was kind of creepy though. I forgot that people have lower halves, and it's a good thing we've been in these boxes for a while because it really hid some of the inadequacies of everyone, actually. And the weather's gotten nicer, right? I don't know if by you, right? It's finally spring. So my husband and I, we went on a walk the other night around the neighborhood, and my husband stops to talk to one of the neighbors. He says, Terry Ann, why don't you tell Bob about your chlamydia? What the fuck are you talking about? My chlamydia? Are you talking about my clematis? Clematis? That's a viney flower, by the way. I'm like, now the neighborhood thinks I've got a sexually transmitted disease, fucker. Anyway, I might have gotten it from the guy out in Oregon way back when, but I don't know. I think that's my time. I'm gonna give the rest back to the room. It's good to see everybody. Thanks for having me. I'm out.
Carrie and Xander. Someone else not doing their time. I'll give someone an extra minute if they do their full time. Yeah. Think that one through.
They should feel better. I'll do 24 minutes.
Feeling bad that I didn't shower, I didn't change my shirt, I didn't do like anything today productive, and now we're missing people. They're showing up late. You guys don't have sets either. We're all messed.
Dude, okay, Zach update. He's in the YouTube chat. He's like, oh yeah, this is Zach. I'm working. I'll listen when I can. Like, motherfucker, we don't give a shit if you're listening. We want to interrogate your ass.
We all know that.
Wow.
You know,
Why is it okay?
He
So
can be here. If he's
why
watching-
is his YouTube name? Why is his YouTube name Bryce?
Oh, that's his wife's name.
Bryce, like the last name is CSWT. That's not like a word.
It's supposed to be Schwartz. I shouldn't say that, but it's supposed to be Schwartz. But he's trying to be anonymous. Ain't being anonymous with me, bitch. She ruined my life when I was 15. This is your payback
Yeah.
now.
Do you have Zach's actual phone number?
I mean, I'm sure I have some
All right,
variations.
we'll
of
figure
it.
this out. We'll see if we can get him to call in. We'll be like a real radio station. We're gonna call people. We're gonna harass them. Everyone gets 5 minutes. We are we all
He was fucking with us. Yeah, that's right.
all caught up?
I'm talking
Yeah, you're
shit about
good.
him.
All caught up.
All right. Both computers are like unstable. Like, ooh. Maybe I'll make this a little tiny. Heyo.
Well,
Yeah, Zach's a dickhead.
If you can tell us the trials and tribulation of a successful marriage.
Kathy? Kathy's next? All right.
Try.
There was some weird stuff happening. All right. Kathy, come on down with your birds and your bird self. Here we go. Thanks for coming.
Don, I blame you because recently I have been suddenly receiving all these spam calls from Canada, and I think it's because of you. And that's fine. I could give a shit. I just hit the reject button. But it's like, why would Canadians reach out to me? Like, maybe you should focus on your country where you're probably going to get more business. I don't know. But anyway. All right. So here's my bit. Dear horticulturalist at the Botanical Garden, I am a regular visitor. I want your job. I've been working for 4 attorneys who do child abuse cases for 22 years, and I'm over it. I would like to prune the Queen Elizabeth roses in the rose garden because that seems like it would be satisfying in so many ways. I will spread mulch all day long if you need me to. I'm a decent spreader of mulch. I put that on a dating profile one time. I will work in the tulip garden while singing Tiptoe Through the Tulips off key. Send me to the hellebore garden and I'll say, hell bore, yes. Need help with the orchids and the arboretum. I will do my best not to go. I like weed. I mean, weeding. I will work at the ticket desk and use it as an opportunity to tell all the children that they need to watch out for the hungry alligator that's loose in the garden. Need to clean the sludge out of the koi pond. I will do that any day over my job. I will help install the thousands of lights for Garden Festive Lights. I think it would be an enlightening task. In closing, I would dig your job, no pun intended, much more than my job. Sincerely, Iris. Just kidding. Sincerely, Kathy. I had a Facebook memory pop up today where I wrote about a case I received at work. And none of my cases are funny, but the first paragraph, the facts of this case, like really made me laugh out loud. 4-year-old found wandering unattended in the neighborhood with a beer. He told the police his mother gave it to him. I'm sorry. I mean, there's really nothing very funny about that except that. And this was a year ago, and I'm like, his mom might be done with the pandemic, and she's like, here, take this beer and go for a long walk. And then CPS got involved. Anyway, that's it for me.
Yo, everybody coming in under a minute. I'm not gonna make a thing about it. I'm not gonna make a thing about it. Not me, not this guy. Definitely not. Definitely not me. I don't definitely use every minute in between your sets to do other things. Not me, not this guy. Definitely not me. Definitely not me. I don't copy clips and links and stuff and put them on other places and look at the YouTube stream for a whole 5 minutes. Nope, not me, not this guy. Definitely not me.
I like consciously have to check because I don't have two screens. No, I'm not fancy. But I have to like remember that people might be messaging me and stuff because I don't have it on my phone anymore. So I'm just not getting notifications.
That's really funny.
So I have to like actually switch the windows. When
hosted?
This is sorry, just a technical question. When I do switch to like Facebook, do you guys see me still, or does my camera shut off?
Okay, I think we see you.
As long as it's.
I haven't noticed it blinking off, but yeah.
Camera hasn't changed.
Well,
we're drinking coffee. I want to harass you about something, but I don't know what to harass you about.
Did I go over my time? I hope I didn't.
No, you went a minute under. That's what I was making a thing about. Everyone's been under their time. That's what I'm making a thing about. Everyone's punctual in the opposite direction. Yeah, no. If you go over your time, I don't do it like at Joe's mic. I just slowly add me and Dawn to the frame, and then I'm just like, hey, what's up? Hey, how's it going? I just wink at you a little bit.
Every single person who's gone under the time is getting like a letter sent to their neighborhood saying what your performance caps out at. Harry is falling in at 2.5 minutes. Terry is 3.5 minutes. Kathy made it to 4 minutes. That's not so bad for 1 minute.
But yeah,
we don't really need more than 4 minutes, truthfully.
If provoked, Harry can be forced to go an additional 30 seconds.
I have one more joke, so I'm not gonna do it.
How about this? If you stick around after a couple of comics, we'll do like a fastest minute or something. Since there's not many.
I have to go too, but sure.
Go fuck yourself. Let us know before you leave, and you'll get a joke before you go out the door. How about that?
Well,
Because I don't know how time works.
you would believe this, John, but I don't have anything cheeky to say to you this morning.
Okay.
It's just so because you're just so well dressed, and she's just ready for it. You know.
I think it's because my boyfriend's in the next room and he asked me, like, do you want me to leave the house so you can flirt with other people? And I said, yeah, obviously. And
Fair
he's
enough.
right. I can't just openly sexually harass you knowing that he's in the next room waiting patiently.
Does Jay like movies?
Yes. Chinese
He likes
movies, though, so.
Chinese movies? Is there a movie theater that
Down
plays?
American shit.
No. Is there, okay? Listen. We're gonna work this out. Is there a movie theater nearby that plays Chinese movies?
If there was a movie theater open, then yes, all of them, because I have a huge Chinese population in the city. Like it's.
Here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to say, let's get Jay a gift certificate to the movie theater or like Chuck E. Cheese or something, so he can go out and like hang out with the other kids.
Get out of the house.
It's raining today, and he was like, "Where do you want me to go?" And I was like, "The
Starbucks, the library, the ocean."
So we're in a weird position. BC just gave us like a 3-week lockdown where things are actually closed, so we're not allowed to go in anywhere.
Okay. You
So
can't go
we
in
really
anywhere.
have to be outside. Yeah, we can't like hang out inside anywhere unless
You guys
we
have,
go
like,
to
a
like mall. We can go to the mall and hang out. We're just not allowed to go anywhere where people want to go. Yeah.
I kind of want to lean into Jay's aesthetic, and I kind of want to be like, let's just get him like a huge just like paper umbrella or something, just like a long stick of something coming out of his mouth, and just a nice little fishing pole, and you just sit there in the rain and just fish.
This is Jay's like goal for himself. This is who he wants to be when he grows up.
He wants to ride an elephant, and who's also riding clouds. Yeah. Oh, okay.
This is like Buddhist, Chinese Buddha stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, John.
So, John,
if you
if you want to live with Dawn, you have to be like that. You have to be that Fu Manchu guy. Thanks for coming.
Any desire to be with this?
Okay, hi. Have I started though? It's great
Yeah,
to
you
be
started.
here. It's great to be here at Hot Mess. I have a story about a coffee cup. It's wild. Wait till you hear this. Wait till you. I was getting coffee the other day. Can you relate? It's getting coffee the other day, and I was standing in line. There was a bunch of people who already had the coffee of the same coffee shop. So I just said, "Oh, sorry, I'm just waiting." And they were, "Oh, we're queuing again." And I was like, "Who the fuck queues for coffee when they've already all got a coffee from that shop?" But I couldn't let it go, so I'm standing behind them in the queue, and I get my phone out and I start going, "Who buys coffee from a coffee shop with the coffee already in their hands?" And they didn't hear me, thank God, because that's awkward. But then I was like, I don't this phone's a piece of shit. So then I put it up to my ear to just check, but I forgot that I had it on amplify. So when I pressed play, I amplified my inner voice and hatred towards all these lovely people. And I don't have an ending to that story, clearly. But I'm still happy about the coffee cup dilemma. Okay, Jesus, John, that was a weird start. We've all had different relationship types, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was reminiscing recently. I was seeing this girl for 5 months, and we used to just have sex. The relationship was, and that wasn't even fun. It was just demented. Like, it just means you're dead inside. There's not much longevity in fucking someone like you hate them, right? I mean, I don't think so. The first time I stayed over at her house, she was still living with her parents because she was still finishing school next year. I mean, she was 25, just a little bit slow. But we came in late, and I didn't want to wake her parents. I'd never met them, right? So we got to the bedroom, and she wants to have sex, and I'm just like, I can hear her mother snoring in the next room, and I can hear her father sharpening his knives, fucking Rambo style, in the night, just waiting for me. And I remember thinking it's probably not the best way to introduce yourself to someone's parents by railing their only child 5 feet from their head in their affordable house. So I said, no, it's weird on your parents in their own home. It's disrespectful. Just give us a blowjob instead. I mean, what choice did I have? I'm not a hero. Like, I got some. That's some sound effects for the blowjob there. So the next morning we do our thing anyway. And the next morning I do the walk. I'm not backing out. I'm going with it. The next morning I do the walk. But I go the wrong way into the kitchen. Oh, breakfast made. 3 people at the table. Oh no. So the parents are looking at me suspiciously, but I was thinking at least we didn't make any noise having sex, bed creaking, very embarrassing. But then I look at the father and he's just staring at me. And his name was John too. And the weird part was he looked identical to me, like identical. It was creepy. All the pictures were me in the house. Just me from 20 years ago with ink tattoos and nothing to lose. So we're making small chat. And the mother says, you look very alike, don't you? Now I'm just thinking, does the father think what I'm thinking? My daughter is having sex with me. It's probably like seeing a picture of yourself and being disappointed. The mother chats away anyway. She's happy out. And she's like, we didn't hear you come in last night. And so then their daughter decides to say, yeah, we just went straight to bed. Here, ma'am, wait till you hear this. He wouldn't even have sex with me. I was like, the mother laughs. The father looks on just silent. And then this girl continues. She goes, but he didn't want to wake you up. So I just gave him a blowjob instead. And I was like, why? So I was burning with shame. And her father's been to prison. I should mention that. Her father's been in and out of prison. You don't need to tell your parents your sexual activities. That's not really required. I'm pretty sure she had this weird dad fantasy. But she's having she's thinking of her dad, who's me 20 years from now. Like, I had to keep her. Anyway, so I don't know why I told this story. This is such a weird. I'm trying to prepare a story for a show like this. Like, what am I doing? This is retarded. Anyway, so he had been to jail for a good chunk of time, and he used to call him John. But like sometimes, so here's the point. Here's the whole point of this fucking story. Every time we'd be having sex and she'd say my name, I'd have to be like, do you mean me or your father? That was the whole point. That was a long build up for something that didn't even work. Jesus Christ, John. I think I've got 30 seconds left and I want to use it all disappointingly. So let's keep going. One-liners, quickly. Every job is a hand job when you masturbate at work. Oh, that's what laughter sounds like. My new girlfriend is just like my old one, still married. Oh, is that good? I don't know. How about this one? I'd love to work as a bus driver because I've always wanted to be angry and uneducated. Okay, I'm only joking, guys. Thanks for having me. I love bus drivers, really. Thanks for having me. I think that was exactly 5.
Yeah, there you go. Professional. Fucking professional. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Side out the story. I have a little.
But as always, he met his standard. He's the full 5 minutes, and now you're back in the game, John.
I might have a quicker way to tell that story, or like a way of serve it up is like be like it's shitty having like a biblical name or like a really bland name like John, because like, you know, 7 times out of 10 I have to ask when I'm fucking a girl, you mean me or your dad? You know, I don't know.
Yeah. So you mean I don't need the 3.5 minutes of non-funny setup? Okay, good.
Well, if you want to start with a zinger and then get into the, because then you're like, because then you're double dipping on the same thing. I want you to double dip on this thing.
Thank you. Thanks, I appreciate it.
More sex stuff. Anyway,
this dude like tried to pick me up at the bar, and when he introduced himself, his name was Chris, which is like my ex-husband's name. And like he was like, well, then I could be the second Chris, and I'm like, no,
don't start there.
Works. He also asked
when
me
she's wearing my strap on.
He also asked me if my relationship was flexible, or if me being in a relationship was flexible, and I'm like, I don't know if this is how like infidelity works. Like, do people just approach people and are like, so you got a man, you want to fuck around? Like, is it meant to be a bit more discreet than that? Like,
nah,
I don't know.
No, is your man a cuck? Can he stand on his hoverboard while we do it?
Well, anyway.
Speaking of men standing on hoverboards, so Zach is actively in the YouTube chat If anyone has any questions, apparently he's willing to answer them while he's at work. I don't know what we'd ask Zach, Mr. Halo boyfriend number first. I guess we could just sass him about chili, like why with the chocolate and the chili. Just how much chocolate?
15 years old. He's traveled from Kentucky to Newfoundland. I traveled from Newfoundland to Kentucky. We've got a whole long history. Any questions? Any you can make it.
How old was he at this time? Just
Yeah, like that's a question. I'm not answering it.
Let's I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, let's try to stay away from a numbers game because I don't know how laws work in Canada, the statutes of limitations. I don't know if that's universal. So let's just not even go there. But let's ask him other questions.
Well, Tara, what's the statute of limitations?
Oh, okay. Is I was next? Tara,
how long enough?
Consent in North Dakota.
In North Dakota. No. Hi guys.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, is my volume way too loud? Sometimes it has been historically.
It's a tiny bit loud.
It's a tiny bit loud. Okay, I don't want to yell at you. That's I'm in Germany and I get yelled at enough here, so
Just be very like ASMR bad, like,
I
hey,
just
how's it going, ladies?
we're in a Zoom show. You're in a safe
Thank
space
you.
now. I should totally do ASMR. Cool. Thanks for having me. Okay, so Terry was talking a lot about inadequacy. Yeah, and I've been feeling that lately, guys. Maybe some of you can relate. Does anybody else have to work super hard to silence those voices in your head that tell you you're a worthless piece of crap?
I just hang up
Yeah,
the
I
phone
gotta
from my
block my
dad.
mom on Facebook too. Right? Like, you don't want to block your mom. You know, like, I love my mom, but she's a covert narcissist. She hides the fact that she needs constantly to ruin my total life. Yeah, it's So actually, I don't do ASMR, guys. I'm thinking about it, but I teach online Zoom English because clearly I hate myself. What happened was in college, a friend of mine said, if you want to get good at something, you just got to find something nobody else wants to deal with and get good at it. So naturally, I work with children, specifically German kids, and they're the worst. But it's easy to get back at their parents. You just got to send them back talking like super annoying Americans. So at the dinner table, the kids all of a sudden are like, we ordered more schnitzel a while ago. Give me the manager. They send me a Katrin, and I send them back a Karen. So on the topic of Zoom, is anyone trying to Zoom date? Just give me like a wave or a nod. Is anyone attempting to Zoom date? Fuck it, right? Like all my non-single friends are like, it's gonna get so much better after the lockdown. I'm like, we have not seen people for a fucking year. Are all of us like awkward single folks gonna be like, I'm feeling myself? Like, no, I don't know how intimacy works. Like my last hug was at a COVID testing site. Okay. And I'm awkward anyway. Like I'm a 40-year-old who lives in Berlin and wears a backpack all the time. Like things weren't going well. Okay. You were talking a lot about being awkward. First of all, we have some Canadians and Americans in the house. Let me ask you this. What's the difference between an amusement park and my dating life? What, Tara? One is Six Flags. Other is Red Flags. I go for 'em every time. Why do Christians have such a hard time with gay people? Jesus, he had the long hair, the robe. He hung out with 12 other women, or 12 other men and one other woman. He was at the very least non-binary. True, right? Let them come to me. I think it's pretty clear. And Mary Magdalene, she was all up into Jesus. She was into him. And I get it because I am attracted to queer people, mostly queer men, but it spans a range, but that's a wide range of people. So the only 25% into me, that's the same success rate as a nicotine patch. Although studies show that if you try to quit smoking with a nicotine patch, you're more likely than with a dummy patch, which is what I call straight men, dummy patches. And I'm trying to quit them. Okay. So yeah, about being awkward. I always fuck things up, even when I meet people in real life. Like before the pandemic, I found myself at this hip Berlin basement bar, and things get a little touchy-feely. And this is with a woman, right? I'm queer, yes, but like most things in life, I never really have followed through on it. So she gets a little touchy. And she just looks at me and she goes, Tara, what are you so afraid of? And I didn't know what to say, so I just said ghosts. Yeah, never heard from her again. It was a rough one. How much rope do I have? Probably not a lot. You guys, yeah, fuck it, I'm a masochist. So this just came to me. I just read a news article that said that there was a sex worker recently who defended herself against attacker by spraying pussy juice at him. I was like, that's awesome. To have your mace on you at all times? That's fucking cool. And you can probably water your plants from across a room. Water your garden from your balcony. Okay, that got awkward quick. There are a lot of different types of dating, to John's point, like so many different types, which is confusing for me. Friends of mine will say, Tara, the problem is you're a demisexual. Demisexual? Yeah, you can't have sex with anyone unless there's emotional connection. I was like, back home in North Dakota, we just call that not being a sociopath. Lynn, you got to qualify that. Yeah, everyone's poly these days, right? Like poly. Have we heard of poly? Do we know what poly is? Some nods, some no, some. What?
Pollyanna.
Yeah, poly. It's short for something, right? Poly attachment issues is what that's short for. And then what's the one where you don't date? That's asexual? No. That's where you might date, but you're not sexually attracted. What's the one where you're sexually attracted, but you just don't trust anybody? That's the one that I am. That got awkward quick too. Okay. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being poly if you're doing the work, right? Like if you're reading books like Sex at Dawn, not to be confused with Sex at Midnight, the story of my fucking roommate every night during a global fucking lockdown. God, I wish she has one German boyfriend. Does anyone here have any experience with Germans? A little bit. They're terrible. So this is German boy. I've never met the guy. The only reason I know them German is that they always sound like they're fighting because they're talking in German. And then the sex is very German, right? It's very consistent and and then paperwork gets sent to you 10 weeks later. I always want to I always just want to break it to him. I want to catch his eye and whisper to him, she only cleans before you come over. You're being tricked. It's an interesting one. Yeah, my non-single friends don't understand internet dating. They're like, "Oh, internet dating, it must be like thrifting." I'm like, "More like dumpster diving." You see other people doing it and you just feel bad for them, like, that's sad. And then you find yourself doing it at night, so no one can see you. My friend just says, you need an exit strategy. You need an exit strategy for your dating. I was like, yeah, poison, clearly. That's what I need. Any other, a little bit more about me. I used to work in mental health. You should know that about me. But now I just work with comedians because I figure why switch gears now? And I give a lot of crap to comedians, but you have to admit they're the ones who take all the crazy from their lives, come here, and turn that all into marijuana addiction. It's an alchemy.
Thanks for coming, Tara. We have a German Fortnite friend, and he got the COVID from another German person, and I'm pretty sure they're both dead. They haven't been on Fortnite for weeks.
Even the virus is more intense in Germany.
But it's funny, you just closed out the show about marijuana addiction, but just not to say that I didn't mean to be distracted, but a thought came to my head about 10 seconds before that. It's like, when's going to be a good opportunity for me to have a sneaky bong rip? And then you're like, marijuana addiction. I was like, oh man, she nailed it.
Thanks for coming, Tara.
Thanks.
What are we? Who do we? Oh, that's right. So I asked Zach a couple questions. He hasn't gotten back yet, but yeah, if anyone has any Zach questions, pop them over to me, or just jump on the YouTube. Just jump on the YouTube. Oh, here we go. I'll copy it again. I'm sorry. I'll copy it. Maybe. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. What? What's on? What's happening? You got it? Okay.
It's just when I
Send it to your
dummy,
fans.
like even with the IE, it
Yeah.
like,
So when you
showing me like
so when you do that, you have so when you do that, you do with an IE, you have to go up to the top. You have to say, we're not showing you, we're showing you dummy with a Y. Do you want us to search for an IE? So you have to say, yes, I did mean IE, and then that's how you find us, because we don't want anyone to find us.
right. Why don't I see the comments?
Because you're not on the actual video.
There's a chat. There's a chat.
Yeah, there's a chat. Yeah, it's a chat. So like when we watch, it's like a live chat. So if we wanted to like engage with the like no people watching, we could do that.
That was
Is there a way to like a comment? I'm so technologically
afterwards. What you can like something on the you like the video on YouTube, and
you like a comment on a chat.
Oh, I don't think you can like something in a chat while it's happening.
Okay, it doesn't seem like you can.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused. I just whatever. I just chat. I just do what it tells me to do.
Don.
Okay. First answer. He does play Fortnite. He thinks Halo's best days are behind us, but he still loves it. And that's an update on Zach. If you want to ask questions, he's active. Thanks for jumping in there, Terry. It's really funny.
People realize how bizarre the whole like.
It's very bizarre, and I love that it's being recorded. This is like amazing. It's because it's the first Halo boyfriend of like 5 that we know of. So it's like it's the deepest of cuts. It's barely legal. But who's
Don? It's up there. Don, it's up there with Weinstein.
Oh, great.
I'm sorry,
dude. We'll have Don jerking off into a plant soon enough. Who's up?
Up next is a new face of the Hot Mess Show. He's been quiet and patient. I don't know a fucking thing about him, so I hope I hope he tells us some things. I was impressed. He was like super proactive and messaged me looking for a spot on the show, so that made me feel nice and fuzzy, considering none of you guys cared that I was dead 2 weeks ago. Nobody cared.
I cared. I was like, where's my meat shield in Fortnite?
Well, I'm back.
Who's up next? All this mystery. Oh, okay. Thanks for coming, on. Where you at? There you go. Woo. Thanks for coming, man.
Guys, quick question. Has anyone here been cheated on before?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't be proud of that. But okay, so I kind of got cheated on. Well, not exactly. I dated this woman and she was married, but I didn't know she was married. But I guess I should have known something was up because her contact name for me was like Dominoes, which I just thought was a cute nickname, but I guess not. And it was really weird when like her husband found me because he was like, you slept with my wife. And I was like, you married my girlfriend? Like that seems worse, you know? I don't know. I found out that one of my friends was cheating on his girlfriend, and I thought that was pretty messed up. I asked him like why he was doing that, and he gave me the creepiest response he ever could because he just kind of leaned in and whispered in my ear, "There's no such thing as cheating, only surprise polygamy." Yeah, he's a cult leader now. But I do have a lot of friends in relationships that aren't cheating, but the weird thing is that they kind of brag about not cheating, like that's how low the bar is for them. Like their big romantic gesture is just not sleeping with someone else. I don't know, it's weird. I feel like bragging about not cheating in a relationship is kind of like having a Tinder bio which just says I won't hit you. Like nobody thought you were, but now that you brought it up, we're all pretty concerned, you know. I know. I used to be on Tinder and I saw like a lot of interesting people on Tinder. Like I saw this one girl and her Tinder bio was just God first, which felt a little pretentious for a hookup app, but was still like miles ahead of my Tinder bio, which was just please. I also tried this dating app called Bumble, and if you don't know what Bumble is basically this dating app where if you're a guy who matches with the girl has to message you first, and I think that's a great idea in theory. It's just that like women almost never message first. And I'll be honest, I don't really blame them because like when guys are on dating apps looking at pictures of girls, they're asking themselves questions like, can I tolerate this chick for 3 hours? Like, is she worth an Uber, you know? Whereas when girls are looking at guys on dating apps, they're asking themselves questions like, can I see myself in a relationship with this guy? Or is this person going to kill me? Like very different types of questions, you know? I also tried this dating app called Coffee Meets Bagel, and that's kind of like a dating app marketed towards professionals. But really, what it is like LinkedIn with the possibility of sex. And you know that really sucks for me because I don't exactly have a sexy resume. You know, like my 8 months at Starbucks aren't exactly what women are looking for in a guy. I know I'm making fun of all these dating apps, but I'll be honest. I think I just suck at dating in general. Like I was on a Tinder date a couple months ago, and we were watching The Notebook, right? And we got to the Ferris wheel scene in the movie, which is basically the scene where Ryan Gosling's character threatens to kill himself unless Rachel McAdams' character goes out with him. And I feel like we as a society were just kind of okay with that, you know, because Ryan Gosling looks like Ryan Gosling. But anyway, my date turns to me and she asks me, she's like, would you do this to me? Like, would you kill yourself over me? And she's probably fishing for like yeah, I would totally kill myself. Woman I just met. But I think honesty is really important in a relationship. And I said, fuck no. But I let her know it wasn't her fault. There's only like one woman in the world that I would kill myself over. And her name is Betty White, you know?
Yeah.
She was an Arby's cashier I met on Tinder. She wasn't exactly on the same level, you know? I guess I'll end on this one-liner. So I follow OJ Simpson on Twitter because I don't really have time to watch Making Murder on Netflix. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Wish I could just group us as one person so I don't have to double click every time. God damn it, Zoom.
I'm not prepared to become one with you yet, Bontrager. Calm down.
In a holy digital matrimony, we must be
You have-
grouped.
You have to get in line with the other Halo boyfriends that I haven't given a chance to yet. Okay?
Oh, but I'm in Chicago. I could definitely get you a green card. I actually literally know where the green card offices are because of Irish boyfriend stuff. Just a long story, don't ask questions. But I know where the green card office is. We can get you one of those. And we just all we have to do is just pretend we live together and like take pictures. We have to like take a whole bunch of like pictures, but we'll make them physical so we can fake when the date is, and then that's how you do it. Get out of your science.
So I hope that your girlfriend's cool with that. You can just tell her that you're poly, like everybody else.
Yeah. Or I'll just say
Poly.
I'm just say I'm like being, I'm just empowering women, you know?
You're giving back to the community.
Yeah.
Poly is what I told my husband I was when I realized I just didn't like him anymore.
Every fifth time that I hear someone say poly, I think of Ben Stiller saying Polly want a cracker and doing weird cracker stuff in that one weird movie where he dates Jennifer Aniston. I don't know what that movie was. Maybe it was called Along Comes Polly. How about that one? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Is that Along Comes Polly? Okay, thank you. I don't want to be insane here. I hate that movie. Fucking goddamn Ben Stiller. Tropic Thunder, you know, it made up for it all, but it's actually cinnamon. You can't cook. God damn you, Zach. I thought he was complaining about the chocolate and the chili. Can we go slap Zach? What? Anyways. Who's up next?
Someday, when the border opens up, I'll take advantage of him putting me on his buddy pass. I'm gonna personally visit many people, and then he can follow me around too, like he does now. He'll be great. Okay. Anyway, next up, yeah, like creepy ex-boyfriends who I still love, can't get rid of them, don't want to get rid of them. I'm friends with almost all of my exes actually. I don't know what that says about me or my past relationships, but yeah, I'm friends with all of them except for one. So.
I don't want to get this conversation, but are they actually friends?
Why not?
Right.
What does that mean?
Awkward.
What are you saying? What are you trying to say?
I'm saying let's look up the Webster's definition of what friendship is after our next comment comes up. Who's up?
All right. Amira, are you friends with any of your ex-boyfriends, or am I just weird?
I'm not friends with anyone. No.
Yes, dude.
No one in debt.
Anyway.
It's fucking real as hell. Thanks for coming. Oh, oops. God damn it. I did it like the stupid way. Thanks for coming.
Cool. Thank you. All right. So my dad went shopping with his friend and he bought a huge package of toilet paper, and his friend was like, "Oh, can I try out this brand?" And he's like, "Sure, but only on one condition. If you think of me every time you use this toilet paper." Okay, so me and my family were in the car at like 5 o'clock, like around Friday, like for the traffic, and my dad had a broken horn, and this guy cut him off, and he's like, "Stupid idiot," and he still honked the horn. He's like, I was like, "You're the idiot. No one can hear you." So I noticed my nephew's teeth were yellow, and I was like, "When was the last time you brushed your teeth?" And he was like, "Oh, 2 weeks ago, but I use mouthwash. It kills 99.9% of the germs." And I was like, "You need to you need to stop watching TV like commercials and just go brush your teeth, you nasty." All right. So if I had the money, Hitman. Cool. I have social anxiety and I'm single and I'm anxious to mingle. Okay. So I was on a date and I went to the bathroom and found a cannoli in there and just ate it. Is that weird or anyone else like done that? No, I didn't do it. That's weird. Yeah. Gross. Delicious cannoli. Okay. So so let's see. My dad bought, yeah. My dad bought some like grapes and I was like, "Oh, are these organic?" Because or like if they're not organic, they absorb a lot of pesticides. It's really bad for you. As I'm finishing like my bag of Skittles. Just like so annoying. All right. So some men will lie for sex, steal, or cheat. I will lie, steal, and cheat for Oreos. So I try to like break up with my therapist, but it's really weird because she's like, "Oh, are you trying to like quit on me? Or are you like, And I'm like, "Yeah, like this is a pattern." I'm like, "No, Barbara, I just hate you." So I went on 50 first dates with only Indian men last year. I don't know what it is about me, like my tan skin or my nose ring, but it's like a bad Indian Bollywood Adam Sandler movie, like 50 First Dates. No, okay, all right. So my dad was kicked in the head when he was younger. I was like, "Why didn't you get like go to the doctor and get checked out?" And he's like, "Oh, things like that just happen in the Middle East." I was like, "Oh, okay, that explains a lot." Cool. So I had to reschedule my depression research study because I was too depressed to leave the house. Is everyone unmuted? Okay. So some girls were like, my friends will look. Well, I don't really have friends, but I guess people I used to be friends with will look at pictures of a guy I'm about to date, and they're like, "Oh, is he really rich or really nice?" I'm like, "No, why? Because he's really, really ugly." So I was in physical therapy and she's like, "Oh, wow, you're so flexible." I was like, "Thanks. Tell your hot single friends." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "Just kidding. Unless they're rich." She's like, "Huh?" I'm just kidding. I mean, have a nice personality, have a good heart. Let's see. So when I went to play ping pong with my nephew, and he's a little socially awkward, so we were playing with this other guy, and I was like, when the guy went to the bathroom, I asked my nephew, "Hey, like, can you ask him subtly, like, how old he is or whatever?" And then he came back and he was like, "Yeah, he's 16. He's 16." He had a megaphone, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm not playing ping pong again." Cool. So I went to see Santa for Christmas, and he was like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I was like, "To be Christian." So my nephew is in karate, and he was trying to kick me, and I was like, "Stop it! You're not a ninja." And he's like, "Well, you're not a comedian. You're just a sad, depressed woman." And I'm like, "That is a comedian." Cool. Let's see what I should end with. Okay. One sec. Sorry. There's so much build up, and I hope it's worth it. So, okay, my dad was hit in the face, and because he was like wearing a Palestinian scarf. I guess the woman hated Arabs. So I went out and bought him a North Face scarf, so white people know he's safe. Well, thank you so much. That was my time.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
I know. Poor dad. Poor dad. 5 whole minutes.
Oops.
Poor dad. But you know, people like there's an ongoing joke, and I mean I think it's a joke, but other people don't, that I'm not a comedian. I've just somehow ended up on these Zoom mics not knowing what I'm doing, and I think it's pretty obvious. But then again, if you mention that all it takes to be a comedian is to be woman, depressed, and lonely or whatever, I got it. I've been a comedian my whole life.
Nailed
Tom
it.
Dykes, you really did believe in me, but for the wrong reasons, baby. Damn. Yeah. Up next, we have a comedian that spent 4 minutes roasting me last week. Can you do 5?
Hell yeah. You do a full.
I just really need some attention, good or bad, you know.
Like most of your relationships, I'm gonna give you the attention you crave and deserve, and then desert you. So no, I'm gonna leave you hanging here.
Well,
Leave
it's
us all
now
hanging.
your Devin. Do your shit.
Maybe you'll give us a tour of your fridge this time. I don't know. Thanks for coming.
No, I'll give you guys the tour. Give you guys the tour next time. But I do enjoy these morning mics. I got my coffee here because I'm sure we can most of us can agree it's much better to be socially awkward with coffee and not with beer. Same awkward, but just a lot cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Incidentally, I don't know if you guys got this down in like the States or whatnot, if this is a Canadian thing, but holy fuck, Cancer in a bottle. It's
nice.
Cadbury cream egg creamer.
Whoa.
I can feel my lymph nodes shriveling up right now.
Yes.
So I was having some Cadbury cream egg coffee. Spilled a little bit on myself. Burnt my tongue on my microwaved apple pie from Easter dinner there, and the landlord or her little girl locked herself out, so I had to run upstairs and unlock her. And their dogs jumped up on me, and I realized, holy shit, today's a little bit of a hot mess. And then I was way more excited than you guys were, clearly. I'm a bicycle mechanic, which means I get about as dirty as a regular mechanic, but without, the actual money or satisfaction or impressive factor when my girlfriend's vehicle breaks down and I can't fucking fix it. So I had this today. I sell bikes online. I flip them, sell them pretty cheap. It's a short message, but I'm gonna read this to you guys. So somebody says, "Hey, is this item available?" It's a white bike I flipped. What size is the frame? L to M. Like large to medium, like 19-inch. So is there a size on the frame? Looking for an M. I'm like, they don't normally put L's or M's. Frame sizes are measured from the center of the crank to the top of the seat post. I've had many bikes do that. Okay, thanks for the information. Adult bikes go from 17 inches to about 22-inch frame sizes. All good. Have a good day. So this would be an average, a 19-inch frame. In the average what? I don't understand. Show of hands. If I said bikes are between 17 and 22 inches and I said this one's a 19, would you guys be able to figure out that's a medium? Raise your hands if you could figure that out. Thank you. There's no punchline. I just want you to know the stupid people I have to deal with on occasion. So that's. Oh, how I wish I made real mechanic money. Pretty sure the people would be just as stupid, but whatever. I should go back to
Maybe
just
you can work on a real vehicle.
yeah, make real money. I'm gonna use this awkward segue to talk about being awkward. I haven't done this bit for a while though. I think most of us can agree that being awkward should at this point be a medical condition, because if it was, we could use it to get out of work finally. Like, get a note and everything. And of course, to get a note, you have to have that conversation that conversation with your doctor. I'm sorry, Devin, it's not Asperger's, it's not autism, you're just awkward. Oh. Is there a cure? Nope. No cure, but booze may help. Otherwise, you just need to quit doing and saying stupid shit. Oh. Can you just give me drugs? Nope. Maybe you just need to think about what you say before you do or say anything. Like, oh. I totally fucked up that punchline, but I'm just gonna run through it here, guys. Something about being pensive. But being awkward, it's I think most of us can agree, it's just a brain fart. Your brain has some wires crossed for a brief moment, and that's your head playing a game of duck, duck, dumbass. Next thing you know, you're trying to explain to the teenage cashier at the 7-Eleven why you pulled your debit card out, and when it's clearly said don't, and you can't understand those 4 simple words. Do not remove card. You just want to take your Twinkies home and eat them in shame. Like, let me do that, man. But I think the worst part about being awkward is the awareness, okay? It's like when you realize you don't know what to do with your hands when people sing you happy birthday. You just smile and nod and keep your mouth shut, because saying anything is just going to make things worse. So clearly I'm muted here, so it's okay. I'm gonna go for an awesome closer. Porn. Everybody's talking about like the game stocks, but I think what we really need is porn stocks. Okay, they're so diverse. They change in popularity. You know, some stocks are always hot. You just need to do your research and find what drives your stock down and what drives your stock up. So I think in my years of experience, here's what I've learned. Black gangbang stocks are huge. Lesbian stocks are as hot as ever. Horny teenage stocks, however, has aged out throughout the year. Pissing stocks are up, but anal has bottomed out. And the markets tend to get tied up when it comes to bondage stocks. Clearly these jokes are working, but I've got like 6 more of these guys, so just bear with me. Tentacle porn stocks are all over. I'm always on the lookout for voyeur porn opportunity stocks, though. 4 more, bear with me. Pregnancy stocks are great, but the return drops to 0 after about 9 months. Hentai stock seems to be making its way to Western markets and is coming in strong. I've been investing in porn stocks since I was 17, guys, and my own personal portfolio is rising. I've made some good investments over the past few years, but when I cash out, this guy's going to splurge. Okay, there's a reason why I've never done those bits before, even on a Zoom comedy show. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, guys.
Splurge.
I don't deserve your snaps, Tara. Take them back.
Missed something here. I put my headphones back on. It sounds like he's talking about ejaculating. Is that?
Yeah, it's regular open mic.
You
can
can
regular open mic.
Yeah.
It's a regular open mic.
It's comedy. That's
I'm surprised. I'm just making sure I'm with the program, you know? Like,
it didn't have anything.
was it funny?
Porn jokes are more awkward than the awkward jokes.
It was a lot, Lloyd says. It was a lot. Yep, I'm sure that's what she says as well.
Says.
Yeah, you know who else has a lot to say about ejaculation and relationships? Yeah, she.
Why? No, she has a lot to say about Furbies and stocks and Bitcoins and the upcoming trade war between yo face in the ground. I don't know. I don't know. Thanks for she's doing. Oh, that's right. She's doing all the witchy stuff. Why'd you do it right before? It's like you would do weird faces. It's weird witchy stuff. I'm sure she'll talk about it. Thanks for coming.
God, hi guys. Let's take a load off from Devin's set real quick. Oh my God. Sometimes I'm so happy that we're all comedians who were just aggressively bullied as teenagers. Just sorry for bullying you as an adult, Devin. You don't deserve that. Yeah, so like
put me in my place.
Yeah. I'll always do that for you, buddy. I'm doing some witch stuff recently. I do live in New Orleans. I broke my foot like the moment I got back into town. I was like walking home with my friend Hannah and like I twisted my ankle and I heard that snap. And I have insurance, but like I played sports, so I was just like, fuck it, let's see what else I can do. Whatever. So yeah, no, I'm taking this pain relief stuff that tastes exactly like what a head shop smells like. And it's disgusting, but it definitely does work. It's not funny. No, like my sister recently reached out to me. We lost contact over the pandemic and like she sent me a video earlier this week and she was just like, whenever like siblings have each other's full names and like their contact, it shows like it's a very toxic family household or something like that. So I sent her a screenshot of like what her name is in my phone, and it's definitely her legal name. And she got so mad at me. And I was like, Summer Damadia, why are you getting mad at me for this? Like, you can get mad at me for having your legal name in my phone, but I can't get mad at you for telling my parents I was doing drugs for a full year. Like, that doesn't add up. I just don't get it. I'm pretty sure, like, the reason why, like, most of my relationships haven't worked out is because, like, I saw my dad cry at a pretty early age. Like, it was definitely over something, like, really stupid. February 18th, 2001. I don't know if you guys remember that date as vividly as I do, but that's when my dad's Lord and Savior died, Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Oh.
Oh God, he cried like such a little bitch. And like now, like every time I see a guy cry, I'm just like, you don't deserve emotions. But like he cried when that happened. Like that was the worst thing that happened that year. And he didn't cry whenever like my parents got divorced and like got back together because like he was about to lose his military benefits. Yeah, no, I definitely grew up in a military household, so like we had to practice that super sacred religion. Don't ask, don't tell. Yeah, Terry gets it. No, I'm like all by myself. Like all of my siblings are super straight. So like every time like I come out, they're just like, fuck, not another fucking bisexual. And it's been fun. I really enjoy that. Joke. I'm just Celine Dion. I'm all by myself. And now I'm just stuck. Cause like I live and I laugh and I love too easily. I don't know what it is. Like it's probably the Dale Earnhardt thing, because now I have a mustache fetish. And like I don't know what it is. Like I fucking wish I was attracted to normal things on a guy, like muscles, knowledge on how an axle works. What's up, Devin? And like no. You give me a guy with a mustache, dumb corny jokes, and if you sprinkle in just like a little bit of emotionally unavailable, fuck, it's Niagara Falls down there. Like I don't know what it is. Like if you have emotionally unavailable on your resume, you're getting the water gun attack. You might as well have chosen Squirtle. And like I have tried to date, like shut the fuck up, Don. No, like I have tried to date like guys on the internet before, like through the Bumble thing that we were talking about. And like this guy, he had a mustache. I was like, this guy's gotta be fucking normal. Gotta go out on a date with him because every guy with a mustache is normal. I'm so done. I can't do this. No, but like he took me out and like random guys on the internet love asking you questions. Like what's going on down there, right? And this guy, he asked me the question that every girl wants to hear, like every time they go out on a date, you know? How many baby carrots can you fit inside of your vagina?
Oh.
You guys have all been asked that, right? Razani, yeah, you've definitely been asked that a couple of times. It's one. I do a lot of Kegels, guys. It's just one. But like, I didn't know I was going to be stuck dating foodies. Like, yeah, I'm into older guys, so like all of the millennials, sure. But like, fuck, they're always taking pictures of their food, and like I did not want to be a human cornucopia so young. Now every time I'm on the fucking display for the holidays, and I never know if he's gonna want to add sauce to it. Like, is he gonna choose ranch? Is he gonna choose semen? And now every time I go to the fucking gynecologist, legally, I have to say, "What's up, doc?" And how the hell do you recover from that? All right, thank you guys.
Ooh. Thanks for coming, Abigail. Thanks for coming, Abigail. Thanks for coming, Abigail. Thanks for coming, Abigail.
I feel like I need to mute myself. Like, yeah. So, in the best interest of my life, I am gonna hand that outro off to you, Bontrager.
So, as we discussed earlier, I found an interesting thing. There's a synonym for friends is also alter ego, which is kind of interesting. But it says here, I tried to look on Oxford, but I guess you have to pay for the Oxford Dictionary. But people often distinguish between an acquaintance and a friend, holding that a former should be primarily referred to someone with whom is not especially close. What's this? Acquaintance is also found pairing with nodding, although nodding acquaintance sounds like describes a person just known enough to nod at. And it tends to be used instead to refer to a thing or a field which has a small amount of knowledge or familiarity. I wanted to find the thing where it says you're just keeping them around to use them, but it didn't say that. Was there a question, Mr. Thomas Dykes?
Oh, more of a comment. That definition works okay for white people, but like brown people will just like nod at any other brown person they see because they don't want to accidentally disrespect their cousin with like not nodding at them. So like that's like a very white interpretation of that, I guess. Look at me, I'm woke. That's all.
So
It's probably an Oxford Dictionary.
Everyone, like, when you walk by, it's like straight up like,
Yeah.
like usually, yeah. But that's because like it's rude not to acknowledge a person that's immediately in front of you, apparently. I've gotten really good at ignoring people now that I've lived in a big city for the last 10 years. Like, no problem. I'm not looking at you. I'm like, I'll walk into traffic before I make eye contact with a stranger.
Right. Before I bring up our next person, is it Bazongas is next? All right, Bazongas is next. What I'm trying to get at is, you're saying you're friends with all your exes. You're saying would they take a bullet for you?
I mean, I wouldn't take a bullet for anybody. So
you already jumped ahead to my second question, but yeah, would they take a bullet for you though?
I mean, if they're stupid enough, maybe.
Okay.
I wouldn't take a fucking bullet for anyone.
Kyle took a bullet for me. Now I gotta rock the D. Anyways, it's coming up from the Tron Sphereverse. I'm pretty sure I can call Disney and get him sued.
Sorry,
Straight from the grid. Yeah, go do the thing. You're allowed to like go to the bathroom and stuff between comics.
I want to elaborate because I made a couple of weird faces during
nice.
set, and I'm gonna do the same during Danny. So, I'm trying to be more Canadian, find reasons to like Canada. So I went to the grocery store and I bought this.
So it's really sour. Okay.
Well, no, it's not. It's just very bizarre. It's
So you're sipping it and making
sparkling tree water. What the
fuck
is that?
That's
girlfriend-
dope.
Is that?
They
That
probably
is for-
filter the water through trees.
That is for alcoholics who are off the sauce, but they still need to drink something that's fizzy and tastes weird, so they drink that. Next alcoholic girlfriend. Yeah,
And she
that's
drinks
what that-
sapsucker?
Yeah.
Wow.
She doesn't drink sapsucker specifically. They don't have that brand here in Maryland, but she like.
Heard. Ingredients: organic maple water.
That sounds amazing. I want to be ripped off like that so hard. Oh my
Sounds
god.
like
it's so
watered down
amazing.
syrup.
Yeah.
You know who's not watered down syrup? Danny Bazonga.
Hey everybody. Oh man. I was been sitting here listening to a lot of your stuff and giving me new ideas of stuff to talk about, and I'll take that time here. Now, I am in Portland, Connecticut, which is weird because when you're in a town that's like a major city, but not the one everybody thinks of, like someone from Vancouver, and you said, "Oh, I'm from Vancouver, Manitoba," and you're like, You guys have a Vancouver too? I didn't even know you had a Vancouver. It's the same thing here. Even people in Connecticut don't know there's a Portland in Connecticut. I'll be in Hartford and say Portland, Connecticut, and like, we have one? Yeah, 20 miles south. Dude. Wake up. Some of you were talking about the Halo boyfriend.
Yeah.
I got one better. I have a World of Warcraft wife. Yeah. We met on World of Warcraft 15 years ago, and we've been married since. And the best part about that thing is like we could go on a raid together, and then I could brag to all the guys in the raid saying, "Hey man, that was a great time. I'm gonna go fuck the healer." Yeah. And then they're like, "Oh man, that sucks, man. You get to go bang the healer, man. I'm just gonna go home and whatever." And so that's what I liked about the World of Warcraft. And actually, does anybody go more old school than that? And does anybody remember EverQuest? Anyone? You're just all like too young to remember EverQuest, so I'm just gonna back off here.
I'm aware of it.
Isn't that like on DOS or something, dude? Yeah, it's way back in the way. Yeah, so I lost my first wife because of EverQuest. I played EverQuest all the time, and so I make a joke saying I lost 170 pounds playing EverQuest because she's never coming back. But then I met the new wife on World of Warcraft, so it's cool now. We had somebody from Germany, and we're talking about Germany, and that reminded me that 2019, my 50th birthday, I got to go on a cruise of Western Europe and take a moment to represent my Hamburg hat, because I got to go to Hamburg. It was so cool, but it was on a Sunday, so it was all I could do was like go to the train station for 3 hours, and it's amazing. I'm spoiled now because pretzels have to come out of an oven, not out of a bag anymore. Hamburgers ruined me for that. And then I walked up to a food stand, and the guy looks at me and he puts a plate in front of me. He goes, "You want this?" I'm like, "Well, I was thinking, 9. You want this?" I'm like, "All right, fine." I take it, and it was like some kind of Bavarian sausage with some curried barbecue sauce or something. I'm like, how the fuck did he know I wanted this? It's like he just like sized up my Americanness and says, "This fucker wants hot dogs and ketchup, and he'll eat it if I tell him it's good shit." So that was my coolness of Germany. So in Portland, I am a baseball umpire alongside of doing, my lucrative career in Zoom comedy. But I am a baseball umpire in Portland, and I've never been heckled as bad as a comedian as I have as an umpire, man. I've had death threats. I've had my car keyed, my windows broken, my tires slashed, and that's just Little League, man. These baseball moms are crazy. They just like thrash my car. And but because I do live in Portland, the people of Portland think I should like rule in favor of the Portland team. But we had a tournament where Colchester, the big town, across town rival, came over and beat Portland fair and square. But the residents didn't think that it was fair of me to rule in favor of the other team because they're not from here. So they told the losing team that I was the reason that they didn't get to have Dairy Queen. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, right? But you know what's really more fucked up is I went to Dairy Queen, man. There was nobody there. I went right to the front of that line. Got me some ice cream. Oh, and the Colchester team came by. I got to congratulate them on a nice victory. So, like I said, I've been married 15 years, and I wanted to commemorate the event by picking up my wife a 15th anniversary vibrator, because I think that's what every woman wants for their anniversary, is just to open up a device. Thanks, dude. So, but the process of getting this shit is because I went down to the porn shop because I'm Generation X, because I didn't know nobody goes to a porn shop anymore. It's like all Amazon Prime. Who knew? In fact, they'll drone you. They'll drone you some shit like that. They should have a motto: drone. I'm gonna fuck this up. Drone a dong by dawn. That should be their motto. Because it's like if at midnight you're like, God, man, I really need some extra power to get off, man. And, oh shit, go out on the balcony. They just dropped off the thing. Yeah, cool. Hey, right on. See, that's how efficient Amazon plans to be. But see, now so yeah, man. So I try to go buy a vibrator online, and they have curbside service at the place anyway, but I got to order it online, and I don't even like ordering tacos on my phone yet. I'm gonna order, where'd I go? I'm side by side with you now.
Yeah, because you're over time.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry.
I just want to slide in like a hey.
I was so worried I was gonna be like
little
one of them,
passive aggressive mom, like, hey, you guys need some snacks up here? How's it going? You guys aren't fucking. I mean, do you guys want some cheese?
Yeah, I'd like to leave a drone by dong. Drone dong by. I can't. I see fucking it up now. I never want to do that.
Like a dong to be droned to me by dawn.
Thank you. Thank you.
You did nail it when it mattered. When it counted,
But it got weird because Dawn's here and she's all like, well, I'm not sending you a dong in a fucking drone. And like, oh, it's a daytime thing. Like,
thinking that parameter.
It says dawn anymore. People only say Fortnite when they're talking about video games. We got to bring back all that old timey shit. Like, Danny Bazongas, he's a nodding acquaintance. Thanks for coming, Danny Bazongas.
Thank you. Sorry for taking extra time, man. I was on a roll.
It's fun. It's fun. I slid in there.
Able to make it to 5 minutes today. I don't know if this is a real thing in here, but it says that we have a Halo boyfriend.
Hey, Halo boyfriend, is that okay? So Halo boyfriend's here. Does anyone have questions for Halo boyfriends? No questions? Any questions? I think his what did it say? Gamer tag was look L Contrail. LL Contrail. All right. I don't know. Do we? So Halo boyfriend, what? How's it going? There we go. There's Halo boyfriend. He's Halo boyfriend. How's it going?
Good. What's up?
Yeah. So what do you think about Fortnite? Do you play a lot of Fortnite?
No, I don't play. I meant to say doesn't play Fortnite.
Oh,
I played it a couple times.
You have played it.
Yeah.
You have played it. You've been forced to play it with Dawn. You think what do you hate about it?
I think I've just played Halo for 20 years, so starting a new game is just weird. It just feels odd to me, if that makes any sense. So
you still playing online, like old school LAN shit, or like what?
Oh yeah. You can still play Halo 1, 2, and 3, the multiplayers and stuff. So
okay, so there's some kind of Halo underground network that's still going on using that kind of are they using are they doing an exploit to make the Xbox think it's still on a LAN, or is it just something else?
No, it's on Microsoft Xbox Live. If you get the Master Chief Collection, it has all the games and stuff. So
the Master Chief. So with the Master Chief Collection, they actually did the online shit. Oh no! I was just trying to get him comfortable.
I thought that was the most important thing.
Yeah, I was trying to get him comfortable. But yeah, so if everyone wants to roast Halo boyfriend, he's here. And then if you roast Halo boyfriend, he gets to do a couple zingers back at you. I think that's how we'll do it. But yeah, thanks for coming. If you stick around a little bit, we'll keep making fun of you a little bit. Yeah, thanks for coming, dude.
Like, actually, like, feel free if you want to ridicule me because I absolutely deserve it. So it's all good.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Sure does.
Anything to take down another straight guy. What's going on? Thanks for coming.
Female Canadian comedian. I can say this without getting in trouble because there's no one else that's a female
Your favorite
comedian that comes
female Canadian comedian. So safe.
I can tread. But you know what? Even if there's another Canadian female comedian, I don't think they're gonna match up to Rosani Christie, guys.
Rosani Christie coming from Canada, gonna blow your socks off. Thanks for coming.
Wow. What an intro. Yeah,
I sent her to intro school.
I didn't show up last week because I was being like really passive aggressive about my intro.
Yeah.
But okay. Okay.
We deserve it. Thanks for coming.
All right. Thanks for having me. So, you know, when I was young, I never saw kids in my future. You know, like to care for somebody more than I care for myself. I thought selfless meant you were dead. But now that I am a mother, it's been confirmed. Yeah, go with your gut feeling. Don't get your parents to force you and be like, the family name must live on. You know, just get a tattoo. I mean, that's what I did, you know? And the tattoo artist was really cool. I asked him for a discount. He slashed the price and he slashed my name. So now it says Christ on my ass. Yeah, major cock block. Yeah. So my daughter and I, we're in this love-hate relationship. I love her when she's sleeping and I hate her when I see myself naked. Like, what have you done to me? You came out weighing 6.6 pounds. Like, what the? Yeah. I find that now that she's getting bigger, we're having like a lot of real conversations. Like the other day we were at the grocery store and I was teaching her about integrity, you know, do the right thing when nobody's watching. And she's like, yeah, mom, like you eat chocolate covered almonds before you pay for them. And I was like, honey, my intention is to pay when I get to the cash. She's like, yeah, mom, but they charge by weight. So that's stealing. Yeah, shut up, you know? And recently I told her, you know, make sure that you clean up after yourself. I don't want to see your toys all over here. And she goes, what about you? I found something of yours and it moves really fast. I think it's called Vibrate. I'm like, oh, really? You came across a vibrator. That thing was in a bag, in a box behind a chest. You friggin' creep. You know, you can't grab me a pen if my life depended on it. Meanwhile, you're stumbling on shit like that. And then she's like, Mom, you know that thing that you said was expired lip gloss that tasted like the flavor was mango passion fruit? Mom, I Googled that. That's not lip gloss, Mom. That's called lubricant. Make sure you don't put it in your mouth. Sounds dangerous. I said, honey, nothing is going in my mouth. If it isn't mango flavored, you know, sit your ass down. Why am I Googling the Amazonian rainforest when you're full capable of doing Googling around the house, you know? I got to stop helping out with the projects. But I'm in an interabled relationship. So I'm in a wheelchair. My husband's able-bodied. And, you know, he pushes me around in public and I push him around in private. And the other day I was like, honey, you know, YOLO, right? Like if you want out, you can go. It's not easy with me. And he looked at me and he was like, you know, I love my disabled bitch. I was like, whoa, whoa, what was that? That's the bitch with a disability. I'm a person first. Yeah. But you know what? I just tried all my new shit and I don't want to waste your time. So I'm gonna let you guys go.
Oh shit, in and out like the wind. Thanks for coming. God, why did you go the whole way down here? What is happening? I hate you, Zoom. I hate you, Zoom.
So the other day we took the kid, the 6-year-old, out to the park downtown, but we had to walk by like a bunch of storefronts to get there, and we're like looking in to each storefront being like, oh, that's cool, yeah, look at that, like look at that. And then we come up to like a smoke shop that had like all glass bongs and paraphernalia in the window.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What a miracle.
God damn it, Incel Joe.
I heard my prayer. I said silence a woman. God, as an incel and someone who will never have sex either way. Silence this woman.
So we're walking by like this bong shop, and then Fox is like, Mommy, look, this is all for you. And I'm like, yeah. Let's scream that out in the middle of the street. He's like so excited for me because of like all of the bongs that he thinks I might like. Yeah. I don't know.
Mommy loves big bongs. She likes the ones with the double and triple percolators. Can you get her one that has an ass catcher too?
Sometimes I think I'm doing okay, and then other times, like then, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing such a great.
Yeah, she'll like the one that has the frogs and the little shrooms inside, and when you smoke it, a little man comes out and does a dance around the percolators.
So funny enough, on the same street, same day, we're walking by a new dispensary called Zoomers, and so like Jay like quickly goes in there and then comes out realizing that it's not a marijuana dispensary, it's a mushroom dispensary.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, because of the weird loophole.
Which is cool, but like they have this pinball machine in there, and Fox is begging us to like let him go in with this pinball machine, and we're like, no, you cannot go in there. And he's like, what do you mean? They have an arcade machine. How is that not for kids? And I'm like, oh God, like I don't have capacity to explain this to you.
Did you go in and ask if you could play the pinball?
No, I didn't go in there that day. I have to.
They might have given you free mushrooms just for being really cute with a kid that just wanted to play pinball.
I don't
Look, is it legal for my kid to come in here and stand on a little milk box and play pinball? Because he'd have to stand on a box, wouldn't he?
Probably, yeah.
Because of like looking how Shorty looked next to that door over there. Like you'd have to stand on like a screw milk box crate. Like I don't know what kind of box he's gonna stand on. Who's gonna stand on a box next?
Jason's a bit of a zoomer.
Oh.
Thought he was gonna ditch me today, but he came in.
He's a zoomer. He might be a secret boomer. Get on in. He's a flag man. Jason Osborne.
Thank you, Don. And Bon Trigger. How's everyone doing? Awesome. I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, I know we're not roasting Don this week, but what happened? I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, so we're not roasting Don this week, but oh yeah, never trust a woman who has like more like who's friends with all of her exes, right? That's like it's like dating somebody that has like more spare tires than actual tires. Right? It's like, you know, her tire went bald, so she like got rid of it and got a new one. Right? They're just like there's interchangeable parts. And I knew I was going on late today, but like I didn't think I'd get bumped for your Halo boyfriend. That's a new one. And a lot of people are talking about video games today. I'm casual. I'm a casual gamer, and it's WrestleMania week. I'm getting ready for WrestleMania show. So yeah. Think about wrestling and video games. So I'm old school. So I like games more like SmackDown versus Raw that were like by THQ, right? But then they like, I don't know, WWE went with 2K. So now they have like WWE every year. 2K, whatever. It's like way too detailed, right? You have to like, you know what I mean? You have to like, you can't play as like a wrestler. You have to play as like, you have to like create your own character. And then like, he doesn't have enough money for like wrestling gear. So you have to have like your first match in like your underwear. And then you have to like win like experience points so you can like buy like boots and like tights and stuff and like, you know, the cool costume. So it's like, it takes like way too long. I just get frustrated with it and like throw it away. So like, I'm not into wrestling video games anymore. But I mean, actual wrestling, I, you know, started watching wrestling in like the 80s, and I'm excited because WrestleMania is this weekend, and Hulk Hogan's the host, right? And then like he has a co-host named Titus O'Neil. So like, if you don't like watch wrestling every week like me, you probably don't know who that is. Basically, he's this bald guy he's black guy with no hair. So like Hulk Hogan would call him Virgil. And if you don't watch old school wrestling, it's funny because like there was a wrestler in the 80s called the $1 Million Man who had like a manservant called Virgil. So like anytime like a white guy has like a manservant, he's called a Virgil. So I don't know, used to, like back in the day, they used to have like, you know, crappy wrestling on TV. So it'd be like, you know, the $1 Million Man would have like a sparkly tuxedo and come down to music, and then the other guy would be like already in the ring, and he'd have like no cool gear and stuff, and it'd just be like, his name would be like John Smith, and it's like no applause, nothing. And then you know, they'd have the match, and the $1 Million Man would put the guy in like a sleeper, and he'd pass out from the sleeper, and he'd take like his money and put in the guy's mouth, and he's like so degrading, and I'd watch and I'd be like, oh man, when I grow up I want to be like that guy. And my buddy would watch with me, and he'd be like, what, you want to be like the $1 Million Man? And I was like, no, I want to be like the other guy. Like he got to sleep on the job and he got paid in cash. That's the job I want. It's like, you know, so that way when I wrestle IRS next week, I want to pay taxes on that cash I got, because like, you know, it's under the table. Then the week after that, I can wrestle like Brutus the Barber Beefcake and get a free haircut. It's funny because Brutus the Barber Beefcake used to cut the guy's hair after the match, but whatever. They're making a Hulk Hogan movie, and Chris Hemsworth's supposed to play Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And they're like wondering like if he can, like, he's not as big as Hulk Hogan, so they're wondering if like everything's gonna be to scale. And I'm just worried that like they're gonna cut the sex tape scene out of the movie, right? I don't know if you heard, Hulk Hogan made a sex tape with his best friend's wife, right? And I saw the sex tape, you know. I didn't get like turned on. It didn't get me there, but like, you know, it was entertaining as hell. You know, Hulk Hogan like came out of the bathroom and he was like naked, wearing like nothing but the championship belt. And then he was all like, what you gonna do when the largest dick in the world runs wild on you? Right? And then his buddy like tries to jump in and make it a threesome, and Hulk Hogan was all like, and he like drops the leg on the woman, but it's like he drops the leg like between the legs, so the privates are all lined up and they go at it, and like entertaining as hell. But that's all I got this week. So it's been a great audience, my favorite audience. Let's bring your host back up.
Thanks for coming, Jason Osborne.
Woo! I had a note somewhere. Where'd it go? Fuck. That was fuck me. Nope.
I had something about sex toys too, but I ran out of time.
This is Dwayne Watkins. He enjoys singing, designing and building toys, and harassing his two sisters. This is Hope Villela. She has won spelling and storytelling contests, and she came in second in the Science Olympics.
I had a question. Did Canadians get Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah, we had that. We had that game.
Nice.
Well, it
TV
was a
show?
game, then a TV show. But
Yeah. I watched a dumb YouTube doc about it. No,
It's like early 90s.
yeah, that's like 91. when
Yeah.
it started, I think.
Yeah.
had a theme song and everything.
Yeah, that was it. That was a little taste.
I think it's like it's still a pretty big cosplay item.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Oh yeah, their costumes are amazing.
Right up and go, founder.
She's next to Waldo.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So
before we get our next comic up here, I want to take like a quick zinger moment here. Whatever. What do we call this? Like, yeah. What do we call this? Like a quick minute or something, or quick zing.
honestly, I just looked at Halo Boyfriend's outfit and like 100% you look like you drink beer in the middle of the day, go golfing just to cheat on your wife with the ball girl in the bathroom. That's all. That's all I have to say.
It's the beer girl.
That's why they call her the
Anyone
ball
else have a
girl.
drive-by real quick? Anyone else have a drive-by before we get Lloyd? A drive-by roast? No drive-by roasting? Incel?
Fucking face.
Incel.
Incel, save it. All right, up next. He's been saving his right. That's is up next, right? It's Super Saiyan Man. He's been powering up this entire time. You may say it's a weird lighting thing he got from Spencer's Gifts. I say it's his actual superpowers making the room glow. We have Lloyd Legacy Sharp. Come on down.
Well, let me tell you something, hot mess of maniacs. If you don't like the WWE wrestling games because your Mac career mode is all screwed up, let me tell you, man, Universe mode is the way to go. Another year, like NBA 2K simulation. And if you don't like that, I gotta tell you, Universe mode is still much better than real life product, dude. So what you gonna do when WWE 2K22 runs wild on you?
Takes a lot out of you.
Needs oxygen.
Someone
Now
running
let me
some
get
water.
Now let me get this straight. Easter, this weekend, the day that Jesus rose after getting murked 3 days prior. So crucifixion was nothing more than a 72-hour virus. And Jesus took his cross and went home. I don't blame him. If I could see what was coming ahead 1,000 years later, I'd be like, you know what, God, Dad, I need to leave now. Don't like the fact that you let that happen, but you know what, I'm gonna come see you. We're gonna have a water turn Chardonnay. We're gonna talk about it. It's a weird weekend. Every year, we go through this cycle called another fucking year. And there are certain elements of it, after you've dealt with about 10 of them, you're kind of done. Birthdays, Christmas, Black History Month. I'm gonna sound oxymoronic. I'm not high on oxy. I'm not a moron. I can explain. See, I appreciate Black History Month and the fact that it exists, but it's awkward for me because I look like somebody who celebrates it, but I sound like somebody who can't. And it's really difficult to fit in those solidarity rallies when you look like the victim but sound like the problem. Christmas, first 10, wonderful. Then you realize that Santa Claus is a guy that breaks into your house once a year, watches you while you're sleeping, knows when you're awake, and you wonder why he's giving you toys. Lose this luster after a while. Hell, even Mother's Day. I love it. I'm glad they have one. But this is around the time of year people say, hey, Lord, you should call your mom. I think you should call your mom. Lord, I think you should call your mom. Not a bad idea on paper. But I don't think now's a good time to call my mother because she's a bit preoccupied being dead. So if I try to call her right now, that's going to be really long distance. My credit score is kind of above 700 right now. I'd like to keep it that way. As the year progresses, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to get past the surge, if there's going to be another one. I can definitely tell you this, it's not been 2020, the sequel, quite yet. And going forward, you need to be careful what you ask for. Because people last year were all about, oh, this is terrible. This is awful. This is the worst thing that could ever happen to our world. You know what they were saying that about? Laurel versus Yanni. Color of the dress. Starbucks cups. Those were the previous worst things that could ever happen. Nothing worse could ever happen than those things. And then what happened? 2020 said, hold my beer. So the next time you find something trivial that doesn't matter that you decide is too much, don't complain. Because when you think it can't get worse, 2020 happens. Kobe jokes. Everybody hated those. And you know what stopped when everything else happened? The Kobe jokes. Oh, worldwide pandemic, racial riots, election that took too long. Yeah, that was all a drag, but there were no more Kobe jokes. So everybody who had a problem with that, last year should have been the greatest year of your life. Again, be careful what you wish for. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Your power levels were off the charts.
I could be wrong, but did Lloyd just accuse us of killing Kobe?
Yes.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
Did.
It's all your fault. You did it.
I think he did.
You made Kobe mean two conflicting things. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. It's all your fault, Don.
For nothing, Kobe. Kobe Bryant, Kobe beef, nothing. Yeah. Yeah. So it's getting to be almost new.
I'll just let you sit in that one. I'll just let you sit in it. I'm just gonna let you sit in it. I'm just gonna let you wade in it a little bit.
Basically, Florence and the Machine breaking down.
What a reference.
You know who's gonna bring me all?
That's what happens when it just lets you sit in it. You pull those references out.
He's gonna punch up so far that he'll probably hit my jaw off the ceiling. That's what I imagine punching up looks like. To our next absolute headliner, Joe Corbin.
Ah, hell yeah, dude. What is going on?
You weirdo.
Yeah.
There better not be porn back there, sir.
No, it's not, dude. Yeah. Damn, dude, I just watched this fucking documentary about how, like, the ocean basically is creating all this fucking oxygen. So, suck my dick, rainforest. I'm gonna fucking keep burning your ass to the ground. Look at this cool ass shit in the fucking water. That's all I need. Fucking water, dude. Yeah, man. Look at that. Fucking Abigail trying to talk about Kobe Bryant, dude. I'm responsible for Kobe Bryant's death. We're all responsible. But me in particular, because I wished on a monkey's paw. And I said, monkey's paw, I hope at least one alleged rapist dies in a helicopter crash at some point. Fucking monkey paw curled. And I was like, well, I guess I'll just forget about that wish. And then I turned on the news and I was like, uh-oh. Just goofing. Rest in peace, King. Anyway, what else is going on? I still haven't gotten my fucking vaccine yet. How about that, man? They made it available for everyone to get a fucking vaccine in New York, and now lines are long as fuck. How about that, dude? I want a fucking vaccine. I've made it so far. I've made it so fucking long without any vaccine, and I'm still healthy. And I'll tell you why. I'm taking all these vitamins. All right, taking 2 Flintstone vitamins a day. All right, a Fred and a Barney. I'm crushing them up and I'm snorting them for maximum absorption in minimal time. Okay, and you know what? Once things normalize, I say like once 75% of New York gets vaccinated, I'm incorporating the Bettys and the Wilmas. All right, but only when things normalize. Right now, I need the extra testosterone boost that only a Fred and Barney can provide. Man, that's what's going on, dude. We're having a fucking good time now. I can't wait till Zoom is fucking over and we don't have to see any of these goofballs anymore. How about that? Just actual comics at real comics that have time to hang out at a bar at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, $5 and put their name in real people that are invested in perfecting their craft in front of their peers at an immediate small venue. I can't wait just to justify moving thousands of miles away from their hometown and the people that they love to make a name for themselves in a fucking town. That's what's going on. Oh, I hope this fucking city comes back from all of it, man. I don't know. It's pretty fucking wild, dude. But I don't know. I do like it. Yeah, I guess we are all fucked in a way. Here's how I'm fucked. It's like how will I ever be able to resume going 9 to 5 wearing fucking regular khakis or jeans? I can't do it anymore. I am purely sweatpants now. I am sweatpants by day, pajama bottoms by night. That's the way it is. And we're never going. We can't fucking live like this anymore. We can't return to society. It's like we've gone feral. It's like we've lived too richly to return to how things were. It's like when you're lost in the woods and you have to kill some of your fucking people that died that were in the plane with you in order to survive. And you're like, how will I ever be able to be an accountant again after all of this? It's the exact same fucking thing, man. It's the exact same thing. I want to wear fucking shorts all the time now. We'll see what happens. We'll see as things normalize, Now that Broadway's reopened, we'll see what's going on, man. But at this point, it's like I already invested so much finances in like a beauty light and a microphone and all of this stuff. I can't return the window to return all this stuff is now closed. Now I have to have all this audio visual stuff at my place still, and that sucks. It's like now everyone's like a fucking producer too. Like I got my fucking producer headset on, like camera 1, camera 2. I hate it, man. I want to go back to just being an artiste on the street. That's what's got to go on. But we'll see, dude. I hate that. What a fucking dystopia. Isn't that funny? Like you would read like all these books like in the year 2020 everyone will wear a unitard and eat food in pill form, and now it's like, oh, it's the year 2020, and everyone just wears their pajamas all the time and eat fucking Vicodin, because we're sad. We're sad from doing nothing all day. How about that? Is it so fucking sad? It is. It's like, damn. It's like this will be a fucking HR nightmare eventually. Like it's like if we ever have to fucking return to this. I hate doing Zoom meetings. Can you believe I'm on the clock right now? Isn't that wild? Like I'm this fucking high and I'm like at my fucking job. And like, fuck you, corporate America. This is true fucking rebellion. This is more so than those guys at fucking Office Space, and it is more rebellion than Tyler Durden. If you really want to fucking rage against the machine, get high and show up high during your all the time. Do what you tell me, and then you just get high, and you're like, oh, what? Damn, fuck. Anyway, good thing I don't have my first and last name on here. It's like, hey, what if I like inadvertently become like the new face of Anonymous, just like a high guy? That's like I'm like the new Guy Fawkes. Like this guy's what we're really all about, just being high, and that's like your 04 rebellion. Get your cannabinoid system fired up. Praise be to Allah.
Thanks for coming, Joe Gorman. I think you should get one of those headphones that has little cat ears on it or something, or like wolf ears. I think it's.
That you did a 5-minute set and you didn't roast my ex Halo boyfriend one time.
He's too
Joe.
fucking cool, man. That's fucking cool as shit. Like, oh, sorry, this guy fucking prioritized playing a video game than hanging out with you. And we're supposed to think he's like dumb or something. That's the smartest fucking man I've seen in my life, dude. Awesome guy. Shame on you, Don. Oh, hey, everyone. Let's try to insult this cool guy that has a lot going for him. How dare you, Don? How dare that's awful. Yeah, dude. He's a veteran.
You can do no. 3 minutes of Joe just complimenting him.
No one.
If you won't roast him, I'm just gonna put it out there that it could be a coincidence, or it could be that he is a complete psychopath. His kid's birthday is the same as mine. You tell me that he didn't plan that shit.
The fuck?
He's so obsessed with me that he had his kid on
I was
birthday.
halfway on board with you, and then you just jumped off the bridge. Like, what are you talking about?
That's pretty nuts. I would say
It's on
that's
record.
pretty nuts.
We can rewind the tape right now and have that come out of your mouth again. Oh, what's your birthday?
December 11th.
December 11th. Does anyone else here have a fucking December 11th birthday? I bet you
Yeah.
Greg was born December 11th.
Guess my kid.
December 11th.
Uh,
Because I remember 9/11, I was like, fuck, this is going to ruin my birthday. And I was right.
Speaking of 9/11, who's up next?
Me.
Next, he's got some theories, and some of them might fall into the conspiracy category as well. What do you think about 9/11, Tom?
No, don't ask a comedian what they think about 9/11. Don't. I need to teach you. Not to. But yeah, thanks for coming, Thomas Dunn.
9/11 intro. It's exciting. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that completely and go to my material.
What a big boy.
I was watching sports and like they were talking about this guy having sneaky speed. Yeah, real sneaky speed. There are two qualifications for having sneaky speed, okay? The first qualification is to be fast, and the second qualification is to be white. Wow, that's some really sneaky speed there, man. I did not expect him to go that fast, man. Wow, that's some real sneaky speed, man. I'm impressed. Let's see. So like I have a girlfriend and a mental illness, which is not something that people usually think go together. But like I'm nice enough to get away with being crazy, because like usually when you're worried about somebody being crazy, it's gonna be like, oh, they're gonna start an argument out of nowhere over nothing and then start screaming. Whereas I'm really more the type of crazy who like has a panic attack and cleans your apartment. So like I think it's working pretty well. It's working pretty well. I say to the silent crowd. Doesn't everybody love Zoom comedy? Isn't it great? So I am firmly of the opinion that weed is better than Coke. Back in the early 70s, David Bowie subsisted on a diet of green peppers, milk, and cocaine. And he got so coked up that he came up with the character called the Thin White Duke. And now you're asking, Tom, does the white and Thin White Duke refer to cocaine, or does it refer to white supremacy? It refers to both, actually. He was a Coke Nazi, just wandering around doing Hitler salutes all of a sudden. It's like, it's not good. You know, and then now I know weed's better, because like no one would ever be a weed Nazi, man. That wouldn't make any sense. If the Nazis were all high, they would never have done World War II and the Holocaust. They would have gotten high and forgotten. Oh yeah, I was meaning to get that shit done. Yeah, crickets. I wish I had like a microphone, because like in these situations, what I do is like I hit the microphone to like my thigh, which is something that I stole from someone who's way funnier than me, but that's okay. What else? Sure. Now, so like this is more sports talk. Like everybody knows Jackie Robinson as like this civil rights icon. And like, no, I feel like that because of the civil rights ramifications, people like overlook how good he was. Like Jackie Robinson was just like crazy good at baseball, guys. You're like, yeah, what a surprise. But like, no, he was really good. Like he was so good. Like, you know, you can steal a base in baseball, right? Like this guy stole home on a regular basis, okay? That's fucking crazy. Do you understand that? This was the 60s. A black man stole something repeatedly and everybody knew he was coming and he stole it anyway. That's fucking incredible, man. The greatest that he had to overcome. Okay, what else? So like there's this this couple was getting married, right? And both of the kids are adopted. Or both of the bride and groom are both adopted by separate families, and the bride and the mom of the groom notices a birthmark on the bride and says, hey, can I look at that for a second? And she has a look at it and she starts crying. She's like, oh my God, this woman, this girl who was adopted by this other family is my biological daughter, right? So as it turns out, my kid I had to leave her and you guys picked her up and I picked up a different kid. And now they're all getting married. And everybody's like, you know, talking to each other, they're ruminating, and everyone's like, there's one question, which is, can the bride and groom still fuck? And the answer was yes, they could still fuck. It was the adopted kid and the biological daughter of this woman. So it was all totally fine. Okay. I wish I had something like, you're supposed to laugh at your own jokes when you're sucking at like this, but like, Like that would just be awkward for me to just laugh at my own shit in front of like stunned silence. Yeah, I'm glad I want to like start, I want like a mayonnaise brand to just start like investing really heavy into like hip hop advertising. And like when I say mayonnaise, like hip hop, I don't mean like I want a mayonnaise brand to invest in like Drake. Like I want them to invest in somebody who's about to do like 3 to 5 per install, like that type of rap. I want to see what a mayonnaise brand can do with that type of advertising. Okay, so all right. I don't know. I feel like I have some things in common with porn. Mainly, I'm good at sex, but my dialogue is fucking awful. I feel like it was a similarity. Okay. Okay. Well, Bontrager put the 1 minute up, and I don't feel like talking anymore. My name's Tom Dykes. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming, Tom.
Love you, Tom. We always love you, Tom.
Yeah. So, are we ending with weird stuff, or are we just gonna end regular?
I don't know.
Anyways, we'll think about it. But I ended with a weird story.
Here, he had to go on a call. Allie, are you with us? Check.
Yeah, wave your hand if you can go up next. Or if not, we'll truck on ahead. I think we have a couple of other people here. We can circle back.
Yeah.
Just have Gregory. Yeah, it's supposed to. It's supposed to. It needs to wrap up. It needs to wrap up.
We've been doing dumb bits. Anyways, dumb interview people stuff. Anyways, thanks for coming, Gregory Matthews. He has children. He talks to children. He's a doctor, but not that kind of doctor. He got a mic. He took the sock off the mic. It's been a whole arc. He's a Zoom comedian. Will he ever actually touch the stage? Who knows? Will COVID let him? Done, Gregory Matthews.
Is that my intro? I can never
That
tell.
was your intro. That was your intro.
You want me to tell jokes now? I can't tell.
Yeah. And I say your name a bunch of times, and then I put you spotlighted. That's me pushing you onto stage.
Okay. I have a question. So first of all, is this guy Halo boyfriend LOL? Is he the real? Is that the real deal?
He's number one. He's Cincinnati. He's the guy who watches the stream and he lets an actual comment on the video.
That's not like that's like a former Halo boyfriend?
That's the first Halo
He was
boyfriend.
my boyfriend 15, 16.
Yeah.
16.
That's Halo boyfriend number one. Yeah.
Oh wow. He doesn't
I'm
look like a
29.
pedophile like you said he did.
So yeah, you're allowed to like roasty toasty him for like some extra points if you want.
Oh, I didn't realize it was real. I would have if I had known.
It's very real.
I would have prepared some material.
It's the realest.
Shut up.
Trust if you
Save it for
not to interrupt,
Yeah.
but if you knew the whole story, you would have a lot of material. Trust me.
Shit, I gotta show up. I was doing like work today. And all right.
You can interview Halo boyfriend if you'd like, or we can put him back in the. You can roasty toasty him a little bit, or we can just put him back on the shelf. It's just a little treat we brought today.
Oh, it's delightful.
I thought we'd share with the class.
That's fantastic. Let me do some stuff. Let's see what we got here. This is I wanted to bring this back. I've been doing Zoom comedy for 6 months, and I figured let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the journey. I want to bring you back to where I started, and it's bad, and I don't give a shit. I'm gonna do it anyway. So I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is Greg Matthews, and I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in Massachusetts, and I've lived in Chicago for I think this is my 7th year living in Chicago. Yeah, cheer for me. Which means that all this deep dish pizza is going to give me a wicked heart attack in my car. That's not true. I grew up in Western Mass, so I've never had that awful fucking Boston accent. I am definitely going to have a heart attack, though. I'm on statins. Where are my people on statins at? No one? Maybe it's just me. What else about me? I used to wrestle. I wrestled in high school and I wrestled in college. I was pretty into it. Does anyone know what that means? Does anyone know what it means that I wrestled in high school and college? Anyone want to?
You have ringworm.
Yes, that's right. That means I gave my high school girlfriend ringworm. And she was not happy about it. I mean, who wants a ring at that age? She's got her whole life ahead of her, and she's not ready to settle down. There's no way to know for sure if I'm the one. So I am a professor, and a lot of people think I'm an asshole math professor, but that really offends me because I teach statistics. I'm definitely an asshole. And I recently got tenure, which means I have the exact opposite problem of most stand-up comedians. Full-time employment forever. Okay, sorry, that's too real. So to be a professor, you have to get a PhD, and one of the cool things about getting a PhD is you get the title of doctor. And my greatest dream in life is to be on a plane and hear someone over the speaker go, "Oh my God, is there a doctor on the plane?" And I'm going to stand up and I'm going to be like, "You bet your goddamn ass there is." And I'll rush over to the unconscious man in first class, and his wife will have tears streaming down her face. And she'll plead with me. She'll say, "Doctor, please do something." And so I'll check the man's pulse in several locations because sample size is important to me as a statistician. And the old woman will have tears still streaming out of her eyes, and she'll say, "Please, can you tell me anything?" And I'll look her straight in the eyes and I'll say, "I'm 90% sure your husband's dead." That joke's for me. That's not for you. Okay.
Like it.
Thank you. But being a professor isn't all shits and giggles, pretending to be a medical doctor. So since I'm an educator, I like to take the chance to educate the audience with some statistics. So here's some real statistics that I picked up in my career as an educator, and you might not be aware of many of these things. These are pretty obscure. According to the FBI, 98% of people who own a metal detector also have a human body part in their fridge at home. According to the Center for Responsive Politics, 92% of donors to Trump's re-election campaign also own a slap chop. You don't want to underestimate the slap chop vote. According to the Bill Gates Foundation, 85% of men who live alone with a cat also boil their hot dogs. That's one of the lesser known initiatives of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. You got to grill your hot dogs, man. It's disgusting. Boiling hot dogs is disgusting. Oh, I'm giggling. All right. Am I done, Bunching, or is that it? I'll end you with this.
I have 2 minutes left.
2 minutes left. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
My clock's way off. All right, I had a clock.
Yeah,
on.
no.
What kind of timing you're doing over there?
No, I left a little open for you to talk to the guy, but yeah.
Let me do some more. All right. Enough of that serious education stuff and facts. Let me get you back in the giggle mood with some quick ones. I got some quick ones to end you with here. I don't do impressions, but I do extremely niche jokes. So here's one for dad enthusiast Trump supporters. What do you call a Dutch Trump supporter? Build a wall. Get it? Because the wall is a Dutch pirate. What do you call it when Santa kills and eats a reindeer? A Donner Party.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Yes.
Fucking dad.
Yeah, guilty as charged. I was at the DuPage County Fair last summer, and basically everyone has on some novelty t-shirt with something written on it. And this one lady had a shirt on it that said sarcasm level expert. So I went up to her and I said, "Hey, I really like your shirt." And she said, "Thanks." Turns out she wasn't an expert. Because I was okay. I'll end with these ones. I've been running a lot lately, and I realized that Usain Bolt is a great name for the world's greatest sprinter. Like, that's amazing that this guy's last name is Bolt. It's way better than the name of the world's worst sprinter, Phil Molasses Legs. Okay. I lied.
Everyone needs to go to school for 10 years to know what molasses is, Greg.
Okay. I lied. I actually do impressions, and I'm gonna end with this impression. This is my impression of if Oprah hosted the Maury Povich show. This is Oprah hosting the Maury Povich show. Ready for this? You are not the father. You're not the father. You're not the father. You're not the father. Thanks for listening to me. I'm Greg Matthews. You can follow me on MySpace.
Thanks for He's secretly Tom in disguise. Oh man, I guess we got we had Allie come back, and I think that's it, right?
That is, yeah, we do. We've got so there's the dad as well, but I think, and I don't know him. He's not my dad, and I've never called him daddy. But he looks like he does a good job with the kids that do call him daddy, and maybe the woman that does as well. So, with that intro,
he looks like he does good by the people who call him father.
Daddy. No,
we have Alex.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that I don't pull out. Thank you. I do not pull out. I live by the pussy and die by the pussy, but it's all good. Thank you very much for putting me on today. Just, running back and forth here, trying to get something done. I do apologize for that. Trying to move. That's one of the things I'm trying to do today. Looking for a new apartment. Reason why is I'm tired of the neighborhood that I'm living in being on feature on bike. I'm tired of living in that kind of community. I don't know who the fuck is typing, but I feel like we should all be working together and getting things resolved, because I don't even type that fast, and I work with a computer all fucking day. Really awful at my job, honestly. It felt like those memes that there's a thing typing really, really fucking fast, like Kermit. But like, what the hell's going on here, man? I feel like 1920s, call centers here, but it's all good. So that being said, I am your featured headliner, Ali, Just for Laughs, talent scout, extraordinaire, here, viewer, everything that you guys can need. This was a really great crowd today. Threw me out the whole typing thing, but you know what? We're professionals, so we're going to move past that. I'm going to continue with this bit. Again, I'm moving because my house has been featured on Vice at least twice, 2 different separate occasions. It's not cool when you're trying to take out your dog and someone with a British accent approaches you and likes to talk. How do you feel about the community that you currently live in? And just, I don't know, people with a British accent can make anything sound worse than what it fucking actually is. Like Afghanistan. So it just sounds a lot more depressing with a British accent. But there's a lot of cops in my neighborhood, and I don't like cops. I don't hate cops, but I don't like them either, because I'm very racially ambiguous, so I'll always fit the description to everything. That being said, I do love cop shows. I'm obsessed with watching police programs and shows, because on a cop show, the cops are always honest and they're always committed. They're always looking to do the right thing and above and beyond for the call of duty. So it's kind of like the champagne room at a strip club. You get the girlfriend fantasy experience, but it's not real, but you just feel really good inside. That's just how it is for me, I'm like, because when you grow up, you're watching Police Academy and Beverly Hills Cop, and you think, oh shit, cops are gonna be like that. I like cops. I want to be a cop. But then you live a zesty enough life, and you get to meet cops. None of the times that I've called them, it's not like that. It's more like Training Day and Full Metal Jacket police officers that come to your door. And for those reasons, I'm out. My neighborhood is really dangerous. And my daughter, she likes to walk around with a cape and walks around with her little Harry Potter Quidditch thing. So she's just not going to make it, because there's just not a lot of black wizards on the south side of Chicago. She's going to have to join a gang pretty soon if she doesn't get out of here. She doesn't look very tough. I don't think she's going to do good in that either. We're just not a tough people. We look intimidating because of our size, but this is just built for looks. Underneath, I'm a big huddly teddy bear. But anyway, this was awesome. Abigail, you're one of the best people to be on this shit, because you know what? You laugh genuinely, and I like your laugh. It's awesome. Danny, you're awesome too. I love the hat. You do great work. Von Traeger, you're what brings the sex appeal to this morning show. We all think we come for Don. In reality, no, it's for you, Von. It's 100% for you.
It's true.
That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am out for the rest of the day. Thanks again, Don. You're a real MVP. Bye.
I'll quit his job because I kept asking him to, just so he could be here. He may not have quit his job, but he quit lunchtime at least, so I appreciate it either way. So yep. I have to be honest, when this hits like 11:45, I'm like, I don't know how people do this for a living. Like, I truly do not. Yeah,
This is the third pot of coffee. What do you like?
Like, look at Joe down there. He just sat through this, and he's gonna do his own mic later and sit through like 3 hours.
Yeah. God, hey, if you thought the talent level at this mic was awful, oh my God, wait till you see the fucking skit fest of losers that come through my mic. They're like, yeah, you're on the list, Brainiac. Don't fucking worry about it. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. The one time in there, fucking lie. The one time,
Danny, you get to go last.
Dude, really?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, well, then should Vision hop on because honestly, it's the closest to true success is having a predominant New York comedian mispronounce their name on an internet open mic.
Only open mic where the host does more time because all the comics are timed so precisely.
Yeah.
And the kid right here because he hosted fucking it up.
Yeah.
It's a little thing called a palate cleanser.
It's called incels need to get the word out, and I don't think incels talk enough.
I gotta be honest though, there's a comedian that goes to your mic regularly that I wish could just quit his job and come here because he's so fucking funny. Noah Chap.
Oh, the chap.
Noah's great.
The chap.
I love him so much. Like, and he's like the perfect. He's the what? Yeah. The necrophilia. Yeah. That like it's just such a good. It's just fits in.
Us on more the necrophilia and bestiality, right, Don?
That's right.
Wholesome material.
Like, it's really weird now that he shaved his facial hair. I'm like, we can all match it up.
He shaved his jazz off.
I'm done.
Yeah.
On that note, don't shave your facial hair. Thanks for the chat's all lit up on the YouTubes. Thanks for coming. I'm gonna end the broadcast. This has been a hot mess open mic. Boo.